What is going on? YouTube, Dr. Away here, and in this video, I'll be talking all about the best fighting civilizations. I'll talk about what I think are the best for each troop type, and then I'll say, okay, what if you were bringing mixed? What would I recommend? What are some things to consider? Other civilizations, if you're not really focused on one troop type, because in my personal account, I'm not focused on one troop type, so that's very relevant for me. Okay, and I was debating on how to do this video. Instead of kind of explaining everything, I'm going to try to make this video very short and just give you the information. Like, just choose this, and I'll try to explain out reasoning a little bit, but not into the detail that I wanted to do before. Okay. So before I really talk about what I would recommend, it's going to be what I don't recommend. And I don't recommend Britain. I don't recommend China, Japan, Korea, Spain, and Byzantium too. Mainly because I feel like there's better options, and a lot of these civilizations are development focused, and you'll get more combat focused bonuses with other civilizations. Okay, and I'll go ahead and say start with archers. So I believe for archers you have two options. The option that makes the most sense for probably 99% of players is the Ottoman Empire. This is a very versatile civilization. You get march speed. Every troop likes that. If you're in the open field, most of your marches are probably going to have skill damage, AoE skill damage at that. And if you are bringing archers, everybody should be bringing at least one archer pair of Boudica Prime with someone, right? Then the Janissary and Ottoman are very good. And the Janissary themselves increase, what is it? They increase health quite a bit and then a little bit in attack. Archers do particularly well with attack. I believe a lot of their gear has attack on it as well. And because they're all, generally speaking, archers are very damage focused, I kind of like that. I think this is a phenomenal civilization for archers. Alternatively, right, you can do Egypt. And why you would do Egypt give the civilization, not the civilization, but the special unit gives straight health. So I don't know how to feel about that. I'm gonna get into the math of it. It's good, but maybe not as good as you may think. Because yet you're augmenting the base stat by quite a bit of points, but it's hard to like really increase health percentage wise because you don't get a lot of bonuses for like the percent health to like augment the health as much as you may want. But I still think it's a baller civilization and a baller special unit. Mainly because I think this is the best that you can do if you're rallying with archers. So if you're a rally lead and you plan on rallying with archers, I would go Egypt. That's the only scenario where I can see Egypt would be what you're wanting to do. Okay, moving on to infantry. For infantry, I feel like you have three options. You have I'll start with Rome. So I think with Rome, you get straight more defense. I think maybe 1 point in a attack with the legionary, so it's mainly defense. And you get increased defense 5%, and then you get the gathering speed. I think that this is like deceptively good because at the higher end of gear, you're gonna get it's gonna be mainly defensive gear that you're putting on your infantry marches, and the fact that the legionary makes that base defense so much higher, and then you get even more percentage defense on top of that. This is you have a deceptively good combination with the legionnaires on top of the march speed. Infantry are really slow. I don't know. I think this is quite deceptively good, and I think a lot of people overlook Rome for that reason because they didn't get the math behind it. I think there's a lot of synergy with their math wise. Alternatively, like if you didn't care about the march speed, and especially if you were garrisoning, I think the Vikings can be pretty good. The Berserker special unit is very strong. It gives mainly health, maybe one or 2 points into attack. base. I think the Vikings is pretty good, and you'll get more stats, right? You'll get 5% attack, and then also the 3% counter attack. Now the last option is a little bit of a weirder one, and this I think France is a really good special unit. It's all health, right? And it's mainly you want to use the utility. And I think France is particularly good for infantry focus account for mine where I'm running like 2 infantry marches because yeah, I'm going to get benefit from the special unit. But also because this is a general troop health, like all of my troops benefit. And especially with the health specifically, it's very hard to find ways to increase your percentage health modifier to augment your base health. So I find this to be pretty good. And then if you're planning on fighting a lot, which you're in KVK, please contribute. You're going to find value from the hospital healing speed, and you're going to use less speed ups. Okay, boom. Those are my recommendations for infantry. Now, if you're going cavalry, I feel like you have 2 options. Similar to kind of like Egypt and Ottoman with archers. If you're rallying, you're going to use Arabia. Clearly, the Mamluk give health and attack, augment the health and attack base stats. You get more cavalry attack. You get 5% damage dealt by rallied armies. The barbarians doesn't matter, but it'll help you do like PvE stuff too if you're rallying. Whatever, that might be relevant to you. Not really. And then I feel like the other option is Germany, which you only get 5% cav attack, and that might not be as favorable for you. But the Teutonic Knight is like badass. It gives you augments the health and defense. What do you know? Most of the stats that you get for cavalry is health and defense, right? So it has a lot of synergy with the equipment that you're going to be using. And then the utility of it is good. The 5% training speed is always good. And the 10% action point recovery is super good, especially if you're active. It's only relevant if you're active, right? And not letting your AP fill up. So those are my recommendations. And then there's 3 standout civilizations that can kind of be used if you're mixed. Like Germany's one of them. I feel like Germany is very versatile. The Teutonic Knight is good if you're bringing cavalry bonus, right? Troop training speed and 10% recovery. It's more utility based, but I think it's still valuable for KVK. By the same token, if you just don't care about the AP recovery, but you're just looking to use less speed ups, buff your troop health, I can't even deny it. France is good. And the special unit is probably the best of it. Second best, if not the best special unit for probably in the game, the whole game. It's up there. The Throwing Axemen are that good, in my opinion. And then your other option, which I think is the very big damage heavy option, is Ottoman Empire. The march speed, definitely relevant for the open field. The archer health is good. The skill damage is insane. And the Janissary are a very good special unit. Very good. They're one of the better special units as well. Me personally, put my money where my mouth is. I feel like I'll probably end up going Ottoman. I like France too. It's going to be either France or Ottoman. I don't personally think I'll stick with Germany, even though I'm Germany right now. In basically peacetime, I think Ottoman is what I'll probably end up going most likely. I'm considering France. So that's kind of the fighting civilizations. I kept it under 10 minutes for your viewing pleasure. Hopefully this information was helpful and relevant to you. And I'll see you in the next video.